Welcome to SecDSM, hackers. We got some shit to get out of our way, and then we can have some fun. SecDSM is officially rated R, which means that you can swear, but we do have a code of conduct that you need to adhere to. If you have problems with code of conduct, want to talk to an admin, there's a bunch of different ways up on the screen on how to do so. There are 3 board members here tonight. They'll be staying for a slightly different duration of each of them, but find one of them if you need to, and you can talk about your problems with SecDSM. Or ideas for SecDSM. One of our main tenets is that you challenge ideas and not people, which means that you and I can have a disagreement, but at the end of the day, we don't hate each other. I like that. The layout of the facility. Hopefully you found where we're at, but you're here with the big star. And there's a bunch of alcohol-making equipment. Don't touch that shit. It's really expensive. I think Craig drew that. Yeah. Hey, how long have we been meeting here? Is it 5 years? Over 5 years. That's insane. That's insane. Props to whoever told us to come here. It was Colin. Definitely Colin. It was definitely Colin. Okay. So there are 2 bathrooms. There are some located out in the bar area, and there are 2 other ones located over here. Our sponsors are at their booth. Anyway, the bar staff. We like our bar staff, and we've told our bar staff that if you get too inebriated, to cut you off, and we support that. So also tip. That's a cool thing to do. I think our sponsors opened up a tab, but you can still tip. That's always fun. And if you happen to get inebriated, we offer an Uber voucher. And you can leave your car here. Uber voucher is good for 2 rides, so you can come back. So you can go home tonight and come back tomorrow and pick up your car. Sweet. We got a bunch of shit out of the way. Tonight's meeting. I haven't seen Stark. Is Stark in the room? He's got time. 7 o'clock. We're moving pretty fast on the 101. Nicholas Stark will be presenting on a toolkit that he made to do security analysis of embedded devices. We have volunteers. Round of applause for our volunteers. Thank you. Couldn't do it without them. I don't know if I feel like we should, our CTF czar is like abdicated. Is that the word? Abdicated? Did I say that right? Someone correct me. Yeah, I agree. I feel like we've got somebody that's been doing a lot of the mini CTFs lately. Maybe that person should just be our CTF czar. Yeah, I like that. No, for this month. Wait, do we have one this month? Oh, I didn't know there was. Oh, hold on. Hey, that's a future slide, I think. Oh, we'll get there. Awesome. So every month we do a transparency report. Tells us, like this costs money to put on, so this is the people this month that supported that. We've got the space, food. Our sponsors provided drinks, Axonius. This actually needs updated. I automated this a little bit. Speaking of sponsors, they make this happen. And we've got a deal with the venue where if we recommend or refer people to buy mass amounts of liquor, that we get credit on the venue rental. It works out pretty well. So these are the companies that have done so. But if you want to help, so you can ask, your security vendors or other people to sponsor, but you can individually contribute as well by being a speaker, creating CTFs, volunteering, sharing valuable ideas, and donating. What? Love ideas. I like ideas. I like valuable ideas even better. But I do want to stress a little bit here, be a speaker. Our number 1 need is presenting. And I've given tons of presentations here, not recently, but I've given a lot historically. And I'm probably the dumbest person I know here. So if I can do it 5 times, you can do it at least once. I guarantee you have something to share that somebody else here will want to learn. Excellent. He says that it helped him get his first job. And think about this. If you've been coming here for more than one time, you've probably benefited by SecDSM in some way. Don't be a leecher. Contribute. These are the ways to contribute. Number 1 way, give a talk. Oh, also, if you are donations help as well. We actually have donation thank you gifts. So if you give a donation of $120, I will personally give you a donation thank you gift that is valued at approximately $70. We have a mini CTF, thanks to Alex. I know Alex is here. Has anybody solved the mini CTF? Yes, there have been solves. 9 minutes. Wow, not a very good CTF. Easy CTF? I don't know. Great, probably a great CTF. Just quickly solved. Matt. Oh, nice. I like that. Okay, upcoming events, other events and cons. We've got a lot of stuff coming up, but B-Sides Des Moines is coming up. Is that next weekend? A week from Saturday. Next weekend. I had that right. In Ankeny. So if you're here, you should be there. It's just like if you're not there, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't comprehend in my brain. It honestly, I don't know. There are tickets still for sale. I assume so. Oh, perfect. He's got a whole spiel about it. We've got HoboCon V2, which we have a ticket to HoboCon to give away. Oh, never mind. We do not have a ticket to give away. We have a contested ticket to give away. Okay, perfect. GERCon is also one of my favorite conferences up in Grand Rapids. I'll probably be going to that this year. It might be the only conference I go to this year. You know, I noticed that there's a lack of like Black Hat and DEF CON and B-Sides Las Vegas on this as well. Probably sometime in July. It's when it normally is. Don't know why we call people names here, but whatever. If you're not on Discord, what you doing? Did I get that right? I don't know. Where you dining? Dining? Yeah. Okay, foodies. It's Gucci. What the hell? Who wrote this slide? Nice. That maths, as the kids say. Honestly, join Discord. We have, goddamn, we have swag. Do the QR code if you want. Shirts? Oh, I pushed it. Shirts, hats, shorts, tote bags. I like polos. Someone figure it out for me. In the news, brought by James Beal.
What's up, everyone? How's everybody doing? Awesome. All right. First, you got to let me talk about B-Sides, because half the clothes I have on have B-Sides written on them. Tickets are $35 this year. If you haven't grabbed one, you're going to want to grab one based on the info on the next slide. We have a CTF with prizes for the top team. A whole bunch of villages. We're going to have lockpicking and soldering again. Blue team and hardware and maker. A hacker range brought to us by our own Micah Green. And Rihanna Schultz from down in the Kansas City area is going to come up and run her podcast village. So that should be a good time. And then we have 2 tracks of talks. And it will be Saturday, June 13th. So registrations open at 7:45 and the conference happens. And then we're doing, I did not adjust this. Lunch is actually from noon to 1:30, which will give people enough time to hit up the food truck. And then we'll do closing ceremonies from 5 to 5:30, give away those CTF prizes and some other fun stuff. And then the after party this year is actually at the King's Head. If you've been up there a couple blocks from the FFA Center is McGee's Pub. They have a private room. It's totally badass, and we have a ton of food and drinks available. So drinks are, I was going to say food sponsored by SecDSM, and drinks are sponsored by Sentinel One, so you'll want to be there. Open tab for drinks. Got a ton of hot wings and boneless wings and fries and cheese balls, that kind of thing. So it'll be a great time. Once again, there's the website. Electronic badges. We had to put a limit on the electronic badges. We're down to about the last 25 tickets for a guaranteed electronic badge. So if you have not bought a ticket yet and you want an electronic badge brought to you by our own Mr. Rickert, you definitely want to get a ticket ASAP. The swag store's live. That's the direct link. Otherwise, there's a link on the site. The villages, we're going to have ham radio exams. You need to sign up ahead of time, so the info's on the site. if you want to take the ham exam while you're there as part of the Villages and Fun. The speaker bios and the schedule's been posted, and then we are also doing personal donations. So anyone who has donated through the ticket purchase already, which you can do, or there's a personal link to the Hackers for DSM personal donation site, you can do that. And then we're going to have a graffiti wall that I've designed that you can grab a paint marker and throw your name or your hacker handle or your tag up on it. So that should be super fun. All right, news. So critical vulnerabilities for the month. 3 big ones. Red Hat packages from NPM have been compromised. So you'll want to go ahead and take a look at that and go after it. Real bad backdoor. So if you haven't looked at that one, another wonderful Windows Net Login RCE this month. That is also nasty. Microsoft patched it, but there are a ton of servers out there getting abused. So if you have everything up to Windows Server 2025, you're going to want to patch your systems. And then third, there's an HTTP2 bomb out there. Go ahead and take a look at that one too. You definitely want to run your vuln updates for the win. This one is kind of hilarious. Microsoft, as we all know, has had a contentious agreement with responsible or reasonable vulnerability disclosure for years. There is what is potentially been exposed as an ex-MS employee that dropped a bunch of 0 days out there. So if you're interested, go take a look at those. They've dropped 3 of them, and I think the other 3 are incoming in the next week or two. And Microsoft put out a statement and then rescinded their statement saying they were going to go after this person with quote unquote the law. The funny part being, obviously, Microsoft knows people, but they are not the FBI, so they can't do that. So for triage on this one, it's who wants to argue about reasonable, responsible vulnerability disclosure. Remember, challenge ideas, not people. In the lovely area of garbage AI and cybersecurity of the month, some hackers actually use Meta AI to abuse, as you can see with the screenshot, if it's readable, the Meta AI system to compromise accounts. They essentially asked it to change the supported email, and the Meta AI system just turned around and said, okay, sure, here you go. And then here's your new token code to sign in. And then Trump, we had an executive order from Biden that got canceled out when the Trump presidency took over pretty quickly. Trump has put one out now. It's essentially putting a 30-day review process in for the government for AI updates. It originally was 90 days, I believe, but this is for all the frontier model companies like Anthropic and OpenAI. So big news there. In the global criminal market, we have 2 big news stories. Chinese cybercrime group TA4922 is escalated massively activities on social engineering. So look out for them. And then Russia, in a small, massive move, has actually labeled 2 hacker groups that attack people in Russia as extremists. So we will see if that turns in anything, because it's usually been absolute BS in the past when they claim they were doing legal stuff. And then the rest of the general activity, Supreme Court ruled the FCC was legal when they fined a bunch of the telecommunications companies. We have hackers abusing search results, so this is huge. If you're out there looking for what we would call defense tools or hacker tools like Ghidra, DNS Spy, and Spiderfoot, there are hackers out there abusing the download sites for malicious activity, so keep an eye out for that. And then the last bit of news, this brand new Cyber Defense Command from the Pentagon is actually working on critical infrastructure. Most of us work for banks and insurance companies that fall into critical infrastructure, so this is a big one. And then that is it for the month on the news. Has anybody started their first cybersecurity job in the last 90 days? Anyone? If so, we ask you to stand up and we'll give you a hand for joining the shit show that is cybersecurity. No? Nobody? All right. Yep, it's a sign of the apocalypse, the job apocalypse. Speaking of jobs, we like to throw this out there during the 101. If you are hiring and you want to come up here, let us know who you are, what you're looking for, and what the job entails. This is your chance. Anybody? Anybody with an open job? One taker? All right, come on up.
Hi, I don't have a job, but I'm looking for a job. I was recently affected by the layoffs out at Meta at the data center on May 20th. So if you know any openings or anything, come find me and give me a chat. And my name was Austin Sauls.
Anybody want to ask him questions while he's up here in front of the microphone? We can interview you on the spot. Come on. Anybody else? Going once? Nope. All right. Welcome if you're new. Agenda for next month. I don't think we have any talks in line, so to Brandon's point, get some talks in. 101 in news, and then we'll kick off talks as long as somebody does one.
Where's Ben? Oh, there he is.
Ben's going to say something? All right, fine.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody. So I know DEF CON was just recently mentioned, but I run a contest. I've been running it the last 3 years. This is the 4th iteration, called Fish Stories, where we post a fictional scenario complete with different profiles, magazine articles, newspaper articles, and we ask you, the contestants, to write a phishing email trying to get one of these fake fictional characters to click and make us, the judges, laugh at the same time. There's 3 ways to win. We have the wizard, which is the most technically clickable fish. We have the jester, which is the funniest fish, doesn't have to be technical at all. And then we have the ruler, who does the best job of combining both. And the great thing about it is if you are one of the 3 winners, you get a free entry into DEF CON. So the contest runs through June 21st, and just go to fishstories.org to see the rules and the entry format. So about $600, yeah. So it's a good deal. Thank you.
If you don't want to take $600 to DEF CON and actually be in Vegas with $600 cash, probably a good idea. All right, we'll take a few minute break. Take 5-10 minutes, go to see the sponsor, say thanks, get a drink. We'll see you in a few.